Hi, Deepti. We are now live on LinkedIn. Welcome to the third episode of the Amazing Entrepreneurs. Uh, a quick introduction about amazing entrepreneurs, building unicorns, funding, hustling, ESOPs, media stories, startup founders, and all that is glam, which is out and bright, is not the entire complete landscape of what goes behind building a startup. There's much more to the glam that we see about startups, entrepreneurship, or the hustle, and that's what we are here to uncover. Hi, my name is Amrit Achipalia, founder of Tapsstart Digitall, a marketing studio that helps the entrepreneurs in the hustle. Through our initiative of Amazing Entrepreneurs, we are trying to highlight what goes behind building these startups. And today, in the third episode of Amazing Entrepreneurs, we have with us this amazing entrepreneur, Deepti Bhandari, founder of DoughReMom.
Deepti Bhandari.
Oh, my bad. I think we have with us Deepti Bhandari. I'm sorry. I'll have to actually also rectify it on the other places. Deepti Bhandari, founder of DoughReMom. This brand DoughReMom has also been covered in a lot of media, talking about it. Your Story, LBB, Passion Connect, Vocal for Local, and more. I would love to highlight what Deepti is trying to do through DoughReMom, but I would, ask this young mom who quit her job quit her job of teaching to pursue her dream and started this brand of Play-Doh. Can you share some more about it? That what you're trying to do and about your business?
So, as you told rightly, that I was teaching before I started DoughReMom. And at the same time, I had my son as well. Teaching has always been my passion. And though my degree says I'm a master in biochemist, it never fascinated me to continue any longer. And in fact, I used that to teach my husband during his post-graduation. So that's where I understood that teaching is my strength. Teaching in schools, then started teaching in my son. But I thought that it could not be teaching to a 1-year-old. It has to be something with activities. So I did a lot of activities with my son. And one of them, which really, took my attention, was Play-Doh. And when I started doing a lot of activities with him, slowly, when we used to do research on what next can I do, how I can do, I stumbled upon an article says there is a lot of chemicals in Play-Doh. And I was like, what? I want to do something else with this. And how can let my son play with it? So that's how I started making my own, a lot of trial and errors. I must have wasted tons of flour at home, and also got some wicked eyes from my mother-in-law saying, why are you wasting so many things at home? But yeah, it was quite a journey then, and we both enjoyed playing with Play-Doh. It's very therapeutic. So even I used to play, and I used to feel very nice about it. That's how it started. I started doing classes for little ones. Parents loved it. They started buying. They're like, no, we want to buy this from you. And that's how this all started.
Okay, so this sounds interesting. We understand that the Play-Doh and how you're trying to add value to the kids, and so if I try to put it from the business perspective, from the entrepreneurial perspective, what is one thing that you're trying to solve through your business as a concept?
So as a concept, I would really want to put this in bold, that this is chemical free. I don't add any kind of chemicals to the Play-Doh that I make. And because of it being freshly made and given to the parents, the life is longer than what is bought from the store. So the two main problems what everybody gets with the Play-Doh from the store is, A, the chemical, and two, it lives for a very short time, like 1 or 2 plays, and it's hard and the child cannot enjoy it. So I think that is something that we are also solving it, because ours stays good to play for at least 8 to 10 times. And the quantity that we give is also much more than what they get outside. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to solve: chemical free and longer life of Play-Doh.
And how would you put this, that how is your business trying to help the parents' problems? How?
So this a lot of like recently had to do some research for some of the courses that I've been doing as an entrepreneur. One, two or three parents who also not bought from me, but they're wanting to buy because they see my Instagram. They're like, your brand is the only one which teaches you what to do with Play-Doh. We get Play-Doh from the market, but as mothers, we don't know what to do. And we come to your page to see what activities we can do. So I think that's a highlight that I have this love for teaching. So with Play-Doh, I try to inculcate a lot of things that the children can learn from doing it, not just playing it, but yeah, doing a lot of other activities which help them learn either their vocabulary, their letters, or anything. Even the pronunciations can be learned from Play-Doh.
Superb, superb. So when you started up your entrepreneurial journey at the outset, there would have been situations where you would have doubted yourself, or maybe the people around you would have had doubts on the work that you're trying to do, or the business that you're trying to build. So how did you deal with that?
To tell you honestly, when I started selling Play-Doh, I had no doubts because I didn't even know what am I doing. I'm just doing because the parents loved it. They asked for it and I was doing it for them. But slowly when the business is growing and we have so many other things to do on a daily basis, I feel now I have self-doubt every day. Should I do this? Should I not do this? But there's something that really helps me is इतना दूर आ गए हो तो आगे कुछ भी कर सकते हो. So that thing keeps coming back to me. And self-talk is something I totally believe in. I do a lot of self-talk. So self-talk kills my self-doubt, I can say.
Yes, yes. I think you yourself in your mind, when you are talking to your own self, I don't know if I can call it as introspection, but then yes, that's where we say that we are driven, because the person inside you tells you that why you started in the first place and why you need to keep going, and things like that.
So every time something that comes up, I feel like, okay, I've done that, then I can do this. If I've done that, I can do this. So it's like I keep motivating myself. Few of my friends ask, like, even we want to do something, what to do. I said, see, you have to be self-motivated.
Yes.
Because every day you will come upon such situations where you're like, what do I do now? So, and if you're not self-motivated and if you don't have that thrill, it gets really difficult to sustain.
Correct. Entering into the e-commerce space and selling stuff online, having your own portal from where people can order stuff, your products, they are pretty cute looking products, and we really love the way you have developed your site. It's very children friendly, if I can say. So with the work that has gone behind setting up the business, as an entrepreneur, there is burnout that happens. It's a thing. How do you manage or deal with burnout?
So, I mean, I keep myself very active. Like physically, there's a lot of, like, I do yoga. Then sometimes I just go on walks, and I take breaks. Like I don't keep running behind it every day. Like it's an everyday hustle, yes. But when I want, so this is something I love about being an entrepreneur. When I don't want, I can just pause myself and say, "Ab 2 din, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work." So that's how I keep, coming out of that whole burnout wear and tear that keeps happening mentally, physically. But yes, I mean, just take a break. Like I come to work from 11 to 7, but sometimes when I don't want to work, I'll say, okay, I'll come at 4 o'clock, see whatever the thing which is important, and then I'm just going to go wind it off. So that's how I keep doing that. I keep taking a lot of breaks.
Superb. Deepti, being a woman, more so, that the journey of an entrepreneur is never easy. Now, that's not about just women, but more so for women, it is not that easy, talking about India. So, 2 tips that you would like to give to the women entrepreneurs, or those women who aspire to pursue entrepreneurship.
As you rightly pointed out, it is difficult in India, but now times are changing. It's not impossible. But yeah, 2 things I would want to say is you have to be consistent. You cannot like try something and say, "Acha, ye nahi hua. I'm just not going to do anything now, and I'm just going to leave it." But you have to be consistent. Take those baby steps. initially when I started, I was just doing on Instagram because as I told you, there was no plans of selling Play-Doh, making Play-Doh. It just happened with the flow. COVID came, everything happened step by step. But I never thought of, having the website at once. Okay, no, I have to build a website. So it took time. It always take those baby steps. Don't think that, okay, now I want to be an entrepreneur, but I want to make a big showroom first. I would suggest that if you want to, as a woman or even as anybody else, you start with baby steps, be consistent in what you're doing. Every day there should be a growth. And the other thing I would say is hard work. So yeah, you should have that. As I told you, you should be self-motivated. That thrill should be there and that hard work should be there to do it every single day.
Yes, three things that I pick up from here is hard work, consistency, and baby steps is what uh, uh, words of wisdom that the young entrepreneurs must take from this session. So going ahead, talking about hard work, Deepti, we all exercise goal setting. So can you shed some light on how do you exercise goal setting?
I'm a very, very, very bad planner. I am like pathetic. I do not, I mean, even if I've got a goal list or a book that I've bought, the planner, it's empty. I cannot plan. And for me, I've always been very impulsive. I take one day at a time, whatever comes that day, I do it. But if I have to plan something out, I always do the reverse of it. I would first think about what date I need the result, and then I work behind it, and then I get to start doing it. So I think I always do this mental calculation. If I have to do something or I have to achieve something, what result, when do I want it, and then what resources I have it, and then I plan backwards and then do it. That's something I keep saying.
I think that's a way of planning, and I don't think that you don't plan. I don't think that you're a bad planner. I think that's how you function, and there are different ways of.
These courses that I do, and if I talk to somebody who's like very good at their business, like we keep talking to people who are doing well, right? And they're like, okay, what is your 3 months goal? What is your 3 years goal? What is your 5 years goal? And I don't have a 5-year goal. I work on daily basis. I work on monthly basis. Yeah, but there is some product launch or something that I want to do. Then I do it reverse way, but I don't have anything. Honestly, if you say me, where do I see myself 3 years down the lane? I don't know, because I've still, the 3 years that I've passed by has brought such a big change in me. I'm sure that another 3 years will get more good, better changes in me.
I really like the spirit that you carry with you, that it is not that we don't want to see ourselves ahead, but right now we are looking at the present and just planning as we go. So that's really wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful, but sometimes I feel
Do
really,
you
I
any
mean,
see
should
any,
we, am
do
I
you
wrong?
any on the flip side of it, do you see any kind of challenges around being this kind of a planner?
Yeah, there are, I mean, sometimes I feel that, people who have done a lot of planning and everything, they're much well prepared. But then I don't know, it's every human is different. I cannot be someone else. This is how I've always been. Like I never thought that something I have to do something for a long term. I always believed in taking small chunks of time and doing what is there in the present time.
Okay, Deepti, do you read books? And if so, then which books would you recommend uh, the entrepreneurs that helped you?
I don't read kind of books, but if somebody suggests, I do it. Nothing. I don't read anything for my entrepreneur journey. Right now, I'm reading something called "You Can Heal Your Life." Uh, I, I don't know. I don't read books for entrepreneur anything like that. But I do a lot of YouTube videos. Like now, I'm learning. I have learned how to do Excel. I didn't know how to use Excel to the fullest, but yeah, YouTube videos are helping me do that. And something that I would really recommend people who would want to start is doing Ankur Varyo's the complete guide of starting up. So that has actually bought. I did it very late, but then I was like, huh, these are the same steps I also did. I didn't do his course, but I did the same steps, initial steps. So I think people who really want to start, they should do Ankur Varyo's the complete guide to starting up.
Correct. So entrepreneurs are known to, keep investing their time behind self-learning, self-improvement. Sorry. Books are just one way of doing it. I personally do books, podcasts, and YouTube videos, depending on if I'm driving or if I'm, you
True.
know, yeah, different use cases. But yeah, so um, uh, in your journey of entrepreneurship and building your brand, you also must be using some applications that help you be at the top of your game. So, any recommendations for our audience?
I mean, I'm not a very tech savvy person, but three things which I cannot live without. I think I cannot manage my business is Gmail, WhatsApp, and Canva. Without these three things, I think I cannot function. So Gmail, of course, for all the official message communications, but WhatsApp is something that keeps me and my team very connected. So even if I'm not there at workplace, my WhatsApp is really active. So, and then Canva for obviously my Instagram and my website and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a starter kit for the businesses, and when people do perceive these just to be a starter kit, WhatsApp, Instagram, or apps like these, Gmail, they can do much more than what they are perceived,
Yes.
by people that they can help. So there's a lot we can do with WhatsApp business functionality, the integrations, and automation and things like that, with respect to Gmail, and the bunch of apps that are provided by Gmail can
True.
make your lives very easier.
That's what
Uh,
I'm telling, I've learned that you should not, it's not important when you want to start a business. It's not that I want to do everything at the best level. I feel whatever is available, lean resources are something that you should look for, free, free apps, free Gmail account, free everything where you can save money at the beginning is what you should do when you start a business. But in my case, I'm still doing that. It's been 3 years, but still I'm using these apps. I've not upgraded yet, but yeah.
it's amazing. So a quick question about what kind of a person are you, a morning person or a night person, and what kind of rituals do you have around your work or your team when you start your day, or when you're dealing with people at nights?
So I am a complete morning person. I go to bed by 10:30. I cannot keep awake. But yes, my work starts post 10 o'clock in the morning. 6 to 10 is my family time. I have to take care of my house, my family, my son going to school and all of that. But yeah, once I'm ready for work, I have another space where I work. I come to that place, and we have we are just a team of 4 people, but as soon as we see each other, the first thing we say is, how are you? How was your day? What did you do? Not related to work, whatever you did at home, because we are mostly ladies, so we keep exchanging recipes
Just
and
a
saying
general
what.
catch up.
Yeah, every day is like, and I have people who are so I am a North Indian, but I'm brought up in South India, and I have people from South India working for me. So I love their food. So this is what we do. What did you eat? What I can make, and how this will help my son. It's just easy to make. So this is something that we do every day. And yeah, work-wise, most of it is on WhatsApp communication. Everybody gets their work done, and what are they going to do today, or what am I supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Everything is on WhatsApp. So that happens way before anybody comes to work also. These are the things that we do daily, and yeah, saying bye, and it's like we have to say a bye and leave. There is nobody just leaving. Wherever, whichever corner we are, they have to come and say a bye that we are leaving, or if I'm going, I have to tell them a bye.
So this sounds very interesting. How in the remote working conditions we are managing the businesses, and how has your journey been in terms of building your team across? You mentioned that you have people across. So how has that been?
Initially, it was all I was doing it all by myself, and then I had a help at home. I was telling her it is getting so difficult for me to manage everything. She said, "My daughter is, she's doing MSc in in computers. How can she be any help for you? Because I'm also looking for her to work part time." That's how my team building started, from house, from a help at home. It's like a typical Indian situation where we talk to our mates more than anybody else at home. And that's how I started I hired my first intern, and a lot of my work is taken care of by her. And then we have these three other ladies who were out of their job during pandemic, and these used to work full time in a proper factory, so they have those factory protocols and those kind of learnings that they have done, and that's really helping me because I don't have to tell them much. I have to just tell them that this is what I wanted to be done and this is an image, and they just do it. So I think it's been like it's just happened. It just happened. I don't know how I got.
Things just happen. We
Yeah, just
seldom
happened.
plan them, and often वो कहते हैं ना कि आप कितना भी plan कर लो, things don't work out as per plan. Planning is important, but typically things don't transpire exactly the way we think of.
मैंने कभी प्लानिंग नहीं किया पर मेरा हो जाता है टच वुड बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस आई हैव नॉट प्लान्ड दैट आई वांट दिस काइंड ऑफ पीपल और आई वांट सो मेनी पीपल इन माय टीम but yeah, I mean, when actually it's like when you have the need you'll always find out, you know. When
Correct.
you're thirsty you'll always go to the well or a kuwa or whatever. So I'm trying, whenever I got the need, I spoke to 2-3 people and it just happened.
Correct. It is very important. One thing that I want to highlight over here from the conversation we just had is that when you were finding it really difficult to manage something, you actually went out and spoke to someone about.
Yeah.
Speaking to someone about it, किसी से बात करना या seeking that kind of help is what I want to try, highlight over here is when you need something. Obviously, the world doesn't come to you asking that, hey, do you need help? You have to go out and just speak about it, ask for it, what you need, and I think that is the starting point of where the miracles happen.
Yeah, and it's not been like I am still not in my comfort zone to get out of my place and ask people. It's very difficult. Trust me. I mean, so many people like you cannot sit at one place and say, you know, the whole world will come. It is very difficult for me as well. But yeah, I do try and make it a point to, you know, now I've learned a little bit of LinkedIn. I talk to people across LinkedIn. Then I go to, I have this my own college. I went there and asked the teachers, do we have interns? Do we have students who want to work for us? So that's it's important that you get out and talk to people. It is not easy. It's never going to be easy. But yeah, you need to build that. It's not easy. But
I really appreciate the mindset that gets cultivated, through the process of building a company. Can you highlight or can you tell me about how you personally have transformed from the day one when you started to today that you are, the change of mindset or the capabilities or the
it's
qualities?
like 100% growth. Your company will grow, not grow. You will have that money or profits or not, but you will 100% grow as a person because it's an everyday learning. Firstly, I didn't know how to do what to do. I didn't know how will I pack my dough. I just knew how to make a dough. That's it. I learned how to make different colors. I learned what kind of box I need. Because as a mother, I know I don't need these small boxes. If I used to go to this, I think bada box chahiye, bada box chahiye. Everybody think, what is bada box? And then I used to see everywhere, like, you know, I started with seeing packaging in metro, how products are placed. So it's an everyday learning. From now I know where you get things to where I was searching for things. So it's like 100% growth. I didn't know how to use Excel. I've learned quite a bit of Excel. I didn't know. I mean, so many things I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yes, I can understand what I can really understand this kind of excitement that you have to express yourself, that how in a better way, in an amazing way, we have transformed ourselves, or you have seen that kind of personal transformation.
Definitely. Like if anybody asks me what you've done these 3 years, because see, I come from a business family, but I've never done any business. My father-in-law, my father, everybody are into business. It's like 3 साल में कितना कमाया है? सिर्फ पापा मैंने कमाया कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन मैंने सीखा बहुत कुछ है. I can, in fact, I talk about GST with my father-in-law and say, oh, you know so much about GST. I said, yes, now I know so much about GST.
Absolutely, it's a learning curve, what I understand, and it is something that everyone must note, that no one is, कोई भी तैयार नहीं होता है entrepreneurship के लिए. They are never the perfect. What matters to you is beginning on the journey, and the journey is more important. Eventually you will start making profits, money, things will come in, because there will be a lot of failures that we see, that rejections that we face, but we pivot from there and we improvise and we get better. And
Yes.
I think that's how success happens. So
100%, 100%. Like this is something that I can vouch for.
yes. So while doing all of this and being motivated, amped up for whatever we are doing, I want you to share some tips about how should one go about maintaining the mental sanity and the physical wellness when the person is into the pursuit of building something.
See, as I told you, you have to do self-talk. You should believe in yourself. It's something which hoga nahi hoga, no, none of us know, but we have to believe that whatever happens, I'm going to take the onus of it. If it's good, I'm going to pat myself. But if it's bad, I'm not going to, make myself feel guilty, but I'm going to do steps to rectify it. So self-talk and self-belief is something that all of us should have, be it whatever, not even in business, in normal life also, you should have these things with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other things,
regarding the mental sanity thing, I'll tell you why I'm asking you, because it is understood that entrepreneurship as a journey is lonely when we talk about entrepreneurs, and
yes,
there are often times that entrepreneurs don't have that person or a team. Even though we talk about building teams and things like that, for an entrepreneur to talk to someone who could understand the challenges of an entrepreneur, it is sometimes lonely. Would you agree? And if
it
yes,
is
how do you manage that?
100% lonely. But what works for me, I mean, what is working for me is through Instagram, I could make friends who are mompreneurs, who are into businesses, who are into kids' businesses. Some are making toys, some are making clothes, I'm making Play-Doh. So talking to them is something that really, it picks my mood up. They say, "Nay, if this doesn't work, don't worry, that will work. I'll help you." So networking, talking to people is also equally important. And our mental wellness, physical wellness, yoga it's such a cliche and everybody knows about it, but something, whatever keeps yourself, whatever you like, maybe a sport, yoga, aerobics, anything that can, help you sweat that thing out, sweat the worry out. I think these things will keep you on the top of your game.
Amazing. So while we speak of such amazing things and the way you're inspiring a lot of people, before we wrap up today's session, I want you to give us a few things that you have learned in your journey so far as a.
Things that I have learned. I have learned
Yeah.
crazy amount of things. Uh, what I have grown into a person was 3 years down the lane. It would not matter to me as to what I'm doing every day when I get up. Okay, aaj idhar chale gaye, udhar chale gaye. But now every day matters. Every day is like, what is that important one thing I'm going to do either for myself or for my business? So these, and for myself, I mean for my family, my son, or for myself, anybody. So something that this thing has taught me is to take your day very seriously. No, it should not just be any day in your life. Second thing I would say is gratitude. I think I would never have had such immense acknowledgement of anything around me. I would take anything for granted. But these 3 years, when you see things actually, whatever you are thinking, getting manifested and getting in front of you, there has to be a supreme power or somebody divine who is helping you. So it's great gratitude, not towards just the God, but anybody. For me, this is automatically developed in me to say thank you for anything that comes my way. This another thing that I've learned is gratitude. And the third thing that I've learned is there is nothing which will give you more satisfaction other than you telling yourself that this is what I have done. So if you want to turn, see back past in your life and say, "Aisa maine kya kar diya hai?" I think if even one day if we felt that aaj maine acha kaam kiya hai, maybe just picking up and washing your own dishes, then I think that's a journey of life that I've learned, like satisfaction, gratitude, and yeah, these things I've learned a lot.
Yes, that's really amazing. Keeping on reflecting back on the work that you have done, you have put is really critical, I would say, for you to keep on, moving ahead, marching ahead. And finally, now, before we wrap up, one message that you would love to, if you are getting a chance to give to those entrepreneurs, more so for women entrepreneurs who are facing self-doubt and who are wanting to start up, but they are having those kind of doubts and they are holding back.
The first thing I would say is just start. Don't think what is going to happen, what's not. If you don't take the first step, it'll be very, very difficult for you to keep going ahead. So take that first step, and don't judge yourself for it. Be consistent that today, if I've not achieved this thing, it's okay. I'll give it another try tomorrow. So keep that consistently going on. And the third thing I would say is hard work. There is nothing that can replace your hard work. It will be paid in some or the other form, maybe, but it will be definitely rewarded for. So these three things you should keep in mind.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for inspiring the women and the other people that are there with us on this live stream today. We would like to firstly thank and celebrate you for the good work that you have put behind building DoughReMom. Please do keep on doing the good work, and we really hope that we once again catch up with you very, very soon. And definitely we're going to take this up offline as well to talk to you and know more about the good work that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Do you want to have any?
It's a great opportunity, and I mean, I really love talking about. Yeah, my closing statement would be just work hard, and whenever you see back, I think you should just be grateful for whatever you've experienced in your life.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. That was Deepti with us from DoughReMom. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great session. Thank you so much.